other members in the House. It has been a very interesting and rewarding year, the year 2024. I've been
Hello?
on this pen started. Sorry, a call came in. Are you hearing me? Are we
Yes,
hearing?
I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Okay, I said yes. When we started years ago, a lot of the lectures were very free, and we've been moving along. But this year, you said you gave us 1 or 2 minutes. To let me go to be very precise, it has been a very rewarding year. Your recommendations are a mixture of technical analysis and fundamentals, and and sentiments. When you marry, especially the first two together, you get at what you want. Mostly, Wando this year was very, very rewarding. But I remember when you said you don't recommend stocks based on news. When the news of the merger of Dangote Industries came out, so many of us went in on our own. And at the end, when the news did not hold again, some of us run into a loss. And that one was just an experience. And it has been happening. UCAP was another, all others, even Royal X. You remember Royal X was very slow. Though I kid in initially, I sold, but we've seen Royal X last week coming up very strong. Almost 90% of your recommendations this year comes out very strong with super profit. So it has been a very rewarding year. And I always like to recommend this platform to people. Wish you've seen it, because it's good for one to come and learn and also share in the experience. So many people stayed away from the market because of the 2008 crash, but they don't know that there is still gold in the market. And we believe that more golds are coming, because this first term of PAT seems to be promising. And it's always like that in the first term. So I really sincerely thank you for all the good work that you've done. I think I've always said you bring smiles on the faces of people. And I think you've brought people out of poverty. A lot of us on these platforms have come of poverty. Though I may not be included there, but I know a lot come out of poverty. So thanks so much for all that you've done. And we look forward to a more rewarding 2025. And we pray God to strengthen you, give you good health, and grant you more wisdom to deliver more. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. But there's one thing you didn't mention. How do you plan to approach 2025? And also is there any mistake you think you learned from or lesson learned so far this year? I think briefly.
Yes, like I mentioned, the mistakes I did was on the Dangote sugar.
Oh, yeah, true. You mentioned it.
Yes, initially I bought very low, and I'm always skeptical about those things topping up. My average cost of Dangote sugar and Nascon was below 30 naira. When it went up, I top up, and when that news came, in fact, we got in the middle, and I think I lost a lot of money. But I sold it and also used that money to buy Arade, which I recovered more than 100%. So that was the experience that I had. Next year, what I want to do, because my own idea, I'm more of an investor than a trader. But next year, I'm going to do a 50-50, 50 investing, then 50 trading, or I can do 40 investing, 60 trading, or the other way around. But I'm going to do more trading than investing. I have a lot of stock that are in mark for investment. Those ones can keep running, and I trade it, but do more of trading.
All right.
So that is the way I want to approach it. And I always want to make some cash available so that when we have recommendations, I pick one or two. All along, I've been learning. I just want to grasp the knowledge more so that I can understand the technicalities on my own and be able to apply it at any time. So that is my approach. I pray for next year to do more, follow you and do more research in addition and do more trading than investing.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you
Thank you.
so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. So please, I want us to note the mistakes. It's very important. And one of the notable mistakes I spotted from this conversation was trading the news. If you listen, if you follow my conversation, if you follow the way I recommend stock, you will notice that I hardly recommend a stock based on news. Now, it's possible that the stock could go up. You could do 100%, 200% because I see it as an unsustainable way to make money in the market. That's why I don't recommend stocks based on news. So that's why we need to be very careful. And I can tell you again, a lot of people came to my DM asking me whether to still hold on to NASCOM because so many people were burnt on that news. But then look at what happened. SEC came out and they rejected it. Now a lot of people are still trying to manage their loss. So news trading is very profitable and same time very risky. So that's why I don't recommend news trading. All right. So let me ask Mr. Sunday, kindly unmute your mic, please. Mr. Sunday, kindly unmute your mic, please. I want to see as much hand as possible because I'm only seeing few. And if nobody is talking, I don't know whether many of us just join the platform to listen. Please, we want to hear from you. It is actually the number of people that raise their hand that will determine the length of this section. So kindly raise your hand. I want to see as much hands up as possible so that we can. Okay, I'm listening, Mr. Sunday. Your mic is over to
Thank
you.
you. Thank you very much. I don't know whether there are other Sundays. I'm one of the Sunday Mlanga, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you very much. My experience is listening to you. I bump on your YouTube video. I listened to it. I got interested and I started following you. It is this year, on the 27th or so, that I got registered. I'm in academics. I found your analysis so interesting. I've been investing through my stockbroker. I'm also a stockbroker myself.
Good.
But it seems they don't know as much as they ought to know. So my experience is the privilege to be on a platform like this, to learn from people like you and other friends on the platform. I want to just tell you that by 2025, I have an investment account, but I don't have a trading account. So I will work on having a trading account so that in 2025, I will follow your instructions judiciously and go into the market and also be privileged to make money. So my experience is the privilege to knowing you and to joining this wonderful community. I really appreciate you.
Thank
So
you
I'm
so much,
looking
sir.
forward to learn from others too. Thank you very much. God bless
Thank you,
all
sir.
of us.
Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay, Vivian, kindly unmute your mic, please.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear
Hello.
me, please?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello. Okay. Hi, everyone. It's nice to be here. I'm really, really happy that I joined this group. So let me just get straight to the point. I just want to share some things that I learned while being on this group. So it's going to be tips and tricks just to help everyone. So the first thing I'll say is that when I initially joined in February, I really wanted to do more of US stocks. So I wasn't really keen on the Nigerian stock market because I just felt the Nigerian stock market was weakening. But I decided to give it a try. And honestly, when at the end of this year, beginning of this month, I decided to calculate my overall percentage, like based on interest. And So far, my Nigerian stock account has done more than the US. Obviously, dollar has gone up. So if you're looking at it in terms of money, US still beats Naira. But my Nigerian stock account has done more in terms of interest. And honestly, to me, that's a win is a win. So I just wanted to share some things that I've learned along the way and to say that if you are considering or you're skeptical about, going into Nigerian stock market, purchasing stocks and all of that, please um just try and keep your fears aside and really just go for it. So one thing I learned was that is how to get in on a trade. I think sometime mid-year or so, coach, you mentioned something like you might have given a recommended price at, let's say, 100 naira, but currently you're seeing the markets sellers willing to sell for maybe 101, 102, and you said something like you can just look at what the sellers are offering, buy a little quantity, and then average down. That's if it's still a bit closer to the entry price. So that was one thing I picked up. Or you kind of explained it in a way that this is how you get in on a trade. Maybe you're not sure of how to purchase the amount. So let me give an example. Let me start with Afro-Invest. So for those people that use Afro-Invest, you can see how much buyers are offering, and sorry, how much buyers are willing to buy for and how much sellers are willing to sell for. So when that information came in, I decided to take a more detailed look at my account, and I could then see that, okay, maybe coach said buy this at 100 naira and I'm seeing it at 101, 102 based on my own, will I say, um, based on my own understanding, or maybe my own, I don't know the right words to use. I then decided, okay, maybe I should buy a little quantity at 101 and then average down if the share price drops. So that's just one thing I would like to share with maybe new people coming up. You can always look at the stock price, how much buyers are offering to buy, how much sellers are offering to sell, and then be able to then enter into any stock that coach is recommending. And then another thing would be averaging down. So sometimes you've recommended a stock and then the stock is going down, and then honestly some people are panicking. Even I too am panicking. One thing I've learned now is, so far as the fundamentals are still good and you are still preaching about the stock, and I see the stock going down, if I have cash available and I see that this is a stock that, okay, I understand what the fundamentals are, I understand what is happening, then I buy some more just to average down. So to me, that has always helped. I think it helped for me in terms of Owando. When Owando at a point went down a bit, I quickly even bought more, and then honestly, I was really happy about that trade. And then another thing is taking profits gradually. I think one thing I'll say to some people is the recommended this thing is percentage is 15 to 20, although coach is planning to change it to 20 to 50. It's 15 to 20. If you've seen 20%, you can take a little bit of interest and don't look back and don't look back per se. So let me say you've taken some profit, and how do I explain? Just take profits gradually, if that makes sense. So let's say I have, let's say 100K worth of stock, and this 100K has achieved 20%, and that makes it 120K. So what I do is that maybe I take um 60K out worth of the stock out, and then later if it increases, I take more out. And then if I'm finally done selling off all that stock and then the price increases, one thing I can tell to everybody is you've gotten profit, you've gotten profit. Half bread is better than none. That's what I tell myself. So even when people are discussing in the group and saying the price is going up and you're maybe having FOMO, the first thing I just tell myself is you carry profit where you know even like you've gotten profit, you've gotten profit. So be happy about that. I don't go back to my stock account to start saying, oh, what is the current price there? That was one mistake that I made, and it was in terms of US stock, but this is not the group for it. I did made that mistake in US where a stock was going up, I had sold it, and then I came back to buy it again, only for it to now then crash. So for me, if I've sold it at a profit, I've sold it at a profit. That's it. Profit is profit. Profit is good. No need to think too much about it. And then for me, for my plans going forward this year, I really plan to do more volume trading. This year I did stock investment. Sorry, I did more of investing and I also did more of trading. So right now for next year, hopefully I can play with the big boys in the group and do more of volume trading and see how it goes for me in terms of dividends. Because this year I did earn some dividends, but when it hits my account, maybe I'm Oliver Twist. It's not what I have in my mind. So I'm hoping with volume trading, once the dividend comes in, it's something that is really nice. But at the same time, I'm also going to be very cautious about it, because with volume trading, if things turn sideways, you can understand my point about that. And so it's one thing I'll also say is, please, I don't know about other stock accounts, but for the one I use, Afri Invest, I don't know if maybe I'm not even looking at the app well, but one thing I do is anytime I deposit money into it, I have a notebook where I write it down. Like, these are the amounts that have gone in. So as at this year, it was easy for me to say, oh, I've put in X amount, and then I open my app and I look at it and I'm seeing Y amount. So it's now able for me to say X minus Y gives me so amount, meaning my account has grown by this much. I don't know if other apps do that, but based on the one that I do, this is how much I've been able to save. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that still feedback. I appreciate that still feedback. Thank you so much. And she mentioned certain things that I need to also tell us about. One was how to get into a stock. I remember very well then, people were having issues entering a stock. And I said the easier way I actually adopt to get into a stock, because I'm buying that stock at the bottom of the market. First thing I do is I get in at the market price. Actually, if the recommended price is almost the same thing as what sellers are offering, then I watch what happens. If the stock drops, I start getting it at a lower price. That's how you average down. And then she mentioned profit taking, and I've said it before in the group, there's no best time to take profits. There's no perfect way to take profit. The best time to take profit is when the stock price is going up. These are knowledge that you will hardly come by. People always want to take profits at the top. The best time I take profits is when the stock price is going up. And the reason is you will sell at your own price. Like, it's just like saying that you're doing shakara, and because there's money staring at you, you can command your own price, and that you're selling, and it's become easier. And when you adopt progressive sell-off, it gets 20%, you sell, move again to the next key level, you sell. But before you know it, you've taken your capital. And even when the stock is about to dump, maybe after it has rallied to an extreme, you can even sell at market price and leave. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much, and God bless you. All right. So the next person is Chineye. Kindly unmute your mic, please.
Hello, everyone. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Thank you for this wonderful section.
Thank you.
I will start by saying that it has been a wonderful journey. This is my 2 years, and I've said the knowledge I've gathered so far is amazing. In fact, in my line of insurance, anytime any of my colleagues encounters any client, any prospect that's saying there's no insurance is not giving interest, we tell them, if you want to do things that will give you enough interest, you know where to fix it. And they always come running to me to tell them what to tell the prospects in order to buy into insurance. So it's like a learning blog. Everybody is now riding around trying to get one or two informations on things to do with money to earn more interest, so their clients can comfortably do insurance savings. So it has been a wonderful experience. Then for me, when I started, I had no knowledge of investing. My own is just save your money. When it comes out, sometimes you don't even use it for something tangible. It slips away just the way you say you suffer to save. But when I met you through Financial Jennifer Instagram Live, I decided to just play ahead and enroll. So when I did that, I discovered that I am too attached to some stocks. And then I started with MTN initial offer. And what I did then was just pick stocks randomly and buy until I get to 1,000, then dump and go to the next one. My account has been bleeding. I have nothing. But when I joined, I discovered that, there are recommended prices. There are things you buy. Don't just buy because you know this company or you think this company is well or they're doing good. So I started following your instructions and buying some courses, learning along the line, and from the help gotten from the group, and things started improving. Like now, this particular year, my portfolio grew by 41%. despite the fact that Owando gave me over 600 and something, soon assurance for something. But Veritas that insurance he do me shaggy. When others were taking profit and no take, and they look for more profit. The next thing, I'm already in red. So the major thing is that I've been able to differentiate my accounts. I now have my savings and trading. So if I buy you for trading account, nothing concern me, and if you need to take profit, I must take profit. So that's the major lessons I've learned, that you've already told us that we are not attached to any company or any stock. We are there to make money. So if they are not offering us what we need, is to get out and get to the next thing. So when the issue of floor milk came, they said they want to delist and all that. I quickly sold mine. So, but when people were now when they did the payout and it was much higher, I didn't beat myself too much because I already used the money I realized from the sales to buy other stock that were already doing perfectly well. So that was just it. So for me, in this market, you just need to follow who know road, and now you know the road. So what I want to do in 2025 is I'm trying to build capital base so that we will see if we can try a little to play with the big boys in volume trading. Because that's where the major thing is happening. Sometimes I'll be having 400, 600 percent interest. But if you look at the money, maybe 10,000, 20,000, highest is what I had in Owando. Although my Boa food, I had a lot of, because I already had 1,000 units of Boa food before I joined. But the one that paid me so much was my Okumo oil. I had Okumo oil before I joined, and I foolishly sold.
Wow.
Now I'm accumulating at this price, this last recommendation you gave, and it's paying me so much because I know how many units I had and I had to give it up. So some precious stocks, what I've done is that when I want to buy them, I just put them in my investment group, in my investment stock account, which is with AfriInvest. And with that, it has given me this, okay, just throw away key, come out, leave them. This one will be where they touch. We'll just be looking at it and seeing that, okay, it's going well, this is what we're having, but just remove your eye over there. Then one interesting thing that happened with me was I had some total. I tried selling no, not total, which is this one is energy stuff like that. Konoe. I was, in January people were taking profit, we were asked to take profits. I was doing sleeping. Before I know, market done the crash. I nearly had heart attack. I was like, the money I had tried to save up, the whole money I had was there. And everything was just going down. Because when everybody was taking the money was so high in January, February. Take profit, take profit, take profit. I was looking at it. What is the essence of taking profit? This one, investment account. But when the thing started depreciating, all rates everywhere, it got to me. To an extent, I was demoralized. I just told myself that, now my money, now me make nothing there will rise again. But now, the magic that I'm getting from some of the stocks, then it's only MTN that is yet to recover on my portfolio from those old stocks that I had that went into red at some point. But we moved, nothing spoiled. So Vivian did mention about how she calculates percentage or what she has made so far. AfriInvest sends us a valuation report almost every time. And in your valuation report, there's a portfolio. The place they told you, there's a place they give us how your portfolio has done so far. So with that, people need to, and when we are putting in money, except you are sending to their own account, if you are funding through your app using the bank transfer or debit card, the breakdown is always under your wallet. So if you go there, you see within this period, this is how much I've funded my account with, and this is what the account is reading at this moment. So it's always easy for you to know what goes in and what goes. Initially, I wasn't keeping track, but as I was sending to the account, they will not credit. But at the point, I said, no, I want to know how much I'm actually putting in. So what I started doing was, instead of funding the account through their normal account that they have to draw, I'll just do the normal bank deposit. And bank deposit, I'll click funding, choose bank deposit. And anytime you do that, they will take some charges and drop the cost. So with that, you're keeping tabs of how much that is going in. So when you want to calculate this year, how much investment did I do? It becomes easy for you to know, okay, for this particular month, for this particular period, this is how much you invested. So that is how I've been doing my stuff and how I've been able to move so far. So next year, we'll go again. Thank you, everyone, and thank you, coach, for this section.
Thank you so much. I appreciate. Thank you. God bless you. So, if I could pick something from your conversation, you talked about having stocks for trading and for investing, and I can see a lot of people are now interested in volume trading. If you follow these stocks, let's look at our G30 stocks. Look at our G30 stocks this year. These are G30 stocks. Now, for new members, let me quickly share this. I actually have a link to that video, and I intentionally left that link there. So if you don't know what G30 stocks is, please make sure you watch that video on Globfolio platform on G30 stocks. It's very important because some of us might be hearing volume trading, and like, what is volume trading? Now, this is what it means for new members. Now, there are kind of capital you go to the market with. You don't just trade random stocks. You don't expect someone who has almost 30, 40, 50, 60 million, 100 million, 200 million in the market to be trading random stocks. So G30 stocks basically focus on those stocks that are under the NGS 30 index. NGS 30 index is the top 30 most capitalized company in the market. They are heavyweight company in the market. Volume trading, you have a lot of banking stocks there, you have consumer goods stocks. So when I say a stock is G30 stocks, it means that stock is selected from NGS stock and you can go in with volume. If you look at the daily market reports, you will see that majority of the volumes always come from the banking sector, and maybe you see Dangote Cement, you see Airtel, MTN. So these are what we call the G30 stocks. You can see these are the G30 stocks I recommended this year and their entry price. You can compare the entry price of this stock compared with what they are selling right now. A lot of them are rallied so high. Go and check. You can see, even though Airtel is still within range, look at Starlink. Starlink is already higher than this price. WAPCO at 33 is already higher. Look at UBA 2023 is already high. Look at FBN 2023. Look at Flamu at 44. Flamu almost 80. Look at Zenith Bank. Look at Echo Bank. And then you see Guinness at 65. So when you hear volume trading, these are selected stocks. You don't trade these stocks anyhow. And whenever there's a new buy, you don't jump into all new buys. Volume trader focuses on few heavyweight stock. In your portfolio, you could just have 3 or 4 of them, but you are going with heavy volume. And I'm glad that this year we've done extremely well, and I will continue to check the market for new pick. So let me give the next person an opportunity to talk. Okay, who is iPad Pro? The name is not there, but I'm sure you know yourself. Can you unmute your mic, please?
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
I believe everybody can. Yeah, good evening. Yeah, the year had been a very good year. We thank you, Coach. You have done a fantastic job. You are a technically sound person. You have been of benefit to all of us in the group. We thank you.
Thank you so much.
I've done some stocks that have done very well this year. We did Wando, the big one. We did very stack up. We did Transcorp, Royal X, Fidelity Bank, and all sorts. All of them have done very well. Most of these predictions are more than 90% on point. So we thank God and thank you for the knowledge you have imparted on us. I've joined your elite course. It has been very informative, very educative. It gave me something very, very special. It gave me confidence in the market. Wow. So if I'm doing anything, I'm sure of what I'm doing. So I will not panic. Even if the prices are going down, I will not panic. I will not join the group. So that has been the biggest I've gained in that elite course. For next year, all throughout this year, all I did was trading. I still intend on continuing to trade next year. The only thing I want to do more is more volume. More volume. And maybe a little bit of more patience than I had this year. Because there are some stocks I believe I will have made more money that I restricted myself to a modest profit, and I usually leave. No regrets. I would really have invested into another one, which will be doing fine, and everything is fine at the end of the day. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for the feedback. Thank you. Right. Volume trading. A lot of people are mentioning volume trading. Very important. Very important. Okay. Mr. Usman.
Hello, good evening, Coach, and everyone. Confirm you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you, sir. Good evening, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. So I don't know if I'm the youngest or novice in the family. I joined this community, I think first week of this month, and I was privileged to have some one-on-one coaching with the coach, and I was also able to go through the items on the previous webinar and Glofolio 30. I can say that I'm very, very happy to join the community and the kind of material, even the recommendation from Coach, as I said. I like the ETF model explained by Coach, and I think that gives me a lot of confidence in the recommendation. Also, previously my background, I'm more of an investor than a trader. I think everybody does trading, but maybe where you are more focused on. So, but with most of the training I went through, the system and with the coach, I think I'm fully convinced now if I have to go to trading. Recently, I think I was able to even use some trading, even though I joined only this month, but I have not sold yet. But I enrolled into the CWG and Okomu, which already currently I'm sitting on the 13%. I have not sold that yet, but I think I have built my confidence based on the training I got joining this family. So I had a lot of my investors mentioning about volume trading. I think I will also like that kind of trading, though the risk is there, but I think with confidence and doing some little background, we can handle that. But that's my plan for 2025. So currently, I saw the last webinar and the items recommended by coach on that. So I've already enrolled into the two, and I'm waiting to ramp up on the other items. But happy to join this community, and I hope my return this year will be much more better than what I used to. Thank you, and I'm happy with all the comments I'm hearing from my colleagues also. So I'm more today here of listening than talking here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. God bless you, sir. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you. Okay. So, who is Mark Group? Kindly unmute your mic, please.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Okay, my name is Mark Idoko.
Okay.
So, first of all, I want to thank you, Coach, for the great work you are doing.
Thank you, sir.
For me, I opened a CSC account in April this year. I'm coming from engineering background, so I don't know anything about stock market, fundamental, technical analysis. I don't know any of all those things. So most of the stocks I bought that time were based on breaking news, or one of my friends who introduced me to the stock market himself. He didn't belong to any platform. If he say, okay, buy this one, we'll buy this one. So from April to October, I was not making money in the stock market, to be honest. The only stock I made little money was Answer Massage. And how I was even able to make money was that I watched you on YouTube and you discussed about the stock. I bought it. But it was in October this year that I finally joined Glofolio. And that was when I really started doing trading and making money. For me, from that October till now, I must confess that I have made very good money from following you. And I want to say once again, thank you so much. So I'm more interested in volume, in trading. I only have one or two stocks that I will keep for long-term growth, but I'm more interested in volume trading. So going into the next new year, my main target is to learn. As I said, coming from engineering background, when you are talking of profit, financial statement, I hardly understand those ones. Not that I be a professional in all those areas, but at least I should have basic knowledge that can help me to make informed decision. So
Yes.
my main target as we are entering 2025 is to learn. If they are talking the language of stock market, I should be able to understand it. As I said, some of the stock, like I bought, immediately I started trading, the biggest stock I bought was NBL. But it was when I now joined the platform, I started hearing about recommendation. In fact, I sold NBL at loss, but I quickly used the money to invest in other stocks like WAPCO especially, Owando. And that was where I was able to make money that compensated for the loss I had in MBL. So thank you so much. I'm recommending the platform to anybody around me. You, my sister, should soon be joining the platform.
Thank you so
I
much,
want them
sir.
to be experiencing what I have experienced.
Thank you so much.
My best wishes to everyone.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you. There is something you said that I want to repeat again, and that's very critical. And I actually discussed that in my last video on YouTube when I talked about how to recover your loss in the market. Ability to swap stocks. A lot of us don't understand stock swap. You just buy a stock and you will notice that the stock is down and you will be expecting, you are hoping, and you forgot that hope is not a strategy in the stock market. You can hope from now till next year and you won't make money. But if you are smart enough to swap that stock for a better one, so stock swap is critical. Swift decision. If you listen to what he said, he swapped a loss-making stock into another profitable stock and he was able to recover. So that's very important. So for some of us that are holding some loss-making stock now, I understand that there are some stock you might be holding. If they qualify for investment, you don't have to bother. One of the things I'll be doing next year, I'll be focusing on long-term investments. Not every Nigerian stock actually qualifies for long-term investment. So there are things I'm going to watch out for. And if you look at it, I actually placed a tag on Wando as a long-term investment. In the group, I mentioned it. I said, if you have, sorry, Okomu, I mean, if you have Okomu on your portfolio, hold it. Okomu is a stock that will do well for long-term investment. And the research I carried out on BUA food, I'm going to repeat the same thing again. And I'm sure at least after some time, I should be able to find more stocks. And then I will share with everybody in the community. So thank you so much. I appreciate your feedback. Mr. Franklin, can you unmute your mic, please? Mr. Franklin Eze, please unmute your mic. Hello, can you hear me? Mr. Franklin Eze, can you hear me? Okay, let me move to the next person. Please, Onyeka Obiuku, kindly unmute your mic, please. Onyeka Obiuku, kindly unmute your mic, please.
Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Compliment of the season.
Same to you, sir. Good evening.
Everyone. I think mine is more of also share. I share the stuff that happened to me this year. Yeah, in all sincerity, I didn't make money, and I'm blaming myself for it. It's not as if I didn't see the recommendation, but then I rushed into Zenith Bank. I was carried away by the dividend I was hoping to get. So I rushed in. I bought around February, and I bought it when it was a bit high. I bought around 40 something. That should be 42 naira. And even when I collected the dividend, I was waiting for the stock to get to that 42 so that I can sell and get my money. It didn't get to that 42 again until like October. So for like 8 to 9 months, I was stuck with Zenith. Couldn't get my money because I was looking at it. If I sell this stock, that means I will now make loss. And then the loss I'm going to make if I sell it, the dividend I collected is not even going to cover the loss. So I was stuck. I was just praying, let this thing get to at least 41 or 40, 41.50 or 41.80. Let me sell. And eventually it got to that price around October, and I was able to get my capital back. So mine is just to pay attention to recommendations and not to take certain decisions on my own. I'm hoping that by next year I will be able to open a second broking account. I have one with Morgan Capital. I intend to get one with Afri. I think it's AfriVest. Let me see if I can use one for long term and then use one for just trading. I think that will be all for now. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Elizabeth, kindly unmute your mic, please.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Compliments of the season. I'm so grateful, Coach.
Thank you.
I'm so grateful because 2021, I lost about 9 million into wrong investments. And I was believing God, part of that money wasn't mine personally. And I was just believing God for a side hustle that I needed to recover. That process, 2022, I was just praying God to show me mercy. And then 2022, I got to know about FinTribe, that is through Jennifer. And then throughout 2023, I was just for a year, I was just following you, learning the things you're saying sometimes, and then my YouTube will pop up. I subscribe to your YouTube channel. I was just learning and learning and learning. And then 2024, I said to myself, I need to get into this. I have the mind that this guy is sound and I can actually trust him, believing God that something will turn around for me 2024. And that was it. And then when I started, I think March or April, I was focused on building my portfolio. Let it go to a certain level, then I can come in fully. And by the grace of God, I think my highest gain was total. Like it came unexpectedly from Total to WAPCO. The only stock that make loss was NASCON, and that was when you said, I read something you talk about in the group, like NASCON is a no-go area. I quickly sold, even though it was a lot, but it wasn't much. It's something I can let go. I quickly sold and swapped to Okomu. In short, once you measure G30 stock, I know that this is a strong one. By the grace of God, when December came, I am from an accounting background. I look at my savings for the year and what to invest in the next year. And then when I was praying about it, I said, God, this stock business, I know that it was by divine arrangement. It's just something you want me to do. And God said, be consistent. When I heard that word, I said, okay, all my savings for the year 2024, I'm not going to buy a wig, no Christmas cloth, no Christmas shoe, nothing. I will just pump in the money into stock. And that was exactly what I did. First of all, when you measure Okomo, I put everything into it. I portion like 70%, and the remaining 30% that I had, I invested it on a Northern
farming.
So, and it wasn't up to 2 weeks. I just see the thing fly, puke. I was like, God, is this like real? I was just telling God that, is this real? You know, when you are overwhelmed with what you have, where you're coming from, and where you are now, it was something different. And my husband was the person that almost discouraged me when I wanted to start this. He said, he has invested before, shares, Nigeria shares. He lost a lot of money years back then. It was not even digital. They go to and buy, they feel all of that. But I thank God that I was able to hear the voice, the still voice within me, and went in fully. So I want to say thank you, and thank to those ones that have contributed in the group, that have some I had questions in mind, but immediately I entered the group, I would just see answer to the question that I have in mind to ask. So it has really been my confidence. In fact, it has enlightened me. It's more than a side hustle now. And my plan, I think the only stock I have for long-term investment is this other one. I've forgotten, but it has rallied high now. So I hold that stock for long, for the very first time that you recommended it. So my plan for 20.
I think we're having a network issue from your end.
2025 is to go to reshuffle.
Hey, I think there's a network issue from your end. Can you hear me? Hello.
I did that also. I focus on what I'm on it.
I think we're having issues.
Hello?
From you. Yeah, I can hear you. I think at some point we lost you.
Yes, sir. So I just talk about my plan for 2025 is to go more on volume trading, be more focused, no distraction, and to be consistent in doing this. At least this is the best that happened to me in 2024. And I am grateful that my meeting you or coming to know you is divine. And I want to appreciate God. I want to appreciate your effort.
Thank you so much.
I've not seen an Igbo man. From me, I'm always skeptical when it comes to an Igbo man. I'm sorry to say this, but in you build my trust. Like, you make me believe that there is somebody I can trust. So I want to say thank you for being real, for being you. You've touched my life. I know that I cannot repay, but I am for life indebted to you. So I want to say thank you.
Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. The aspect of using your savings, I'm also a witness to the money that I've already saved for December. I had to use the money to buy Ikeja Hotel. And today, I'm glad I did. At least, if I'm to sell Ikeja Hotel, at least let's watch what happened, because Ikeja Hotel return has been very okay. It's been massive. It's been impressive. At least, if I'm to sell Ikeja Hotel, at least I know the profit alone can help me to fund whatever I want to do without even touching my capital. So sometimes, that smart wisdom is very key for us. All right. So let me call on the next person, Mr. Oluwakayode. Kindly unmute your mic, please.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much. I am so glad meeting you, coming to this platform. I joined you for quite a long time now.
Yes.
Then, I was making investments in treasury bills. You see, I'll invest and I will look up to the fund to fund my children education in our institution then. And when that treasury bill was falling, fell up to 4%. And I felt so bad. And somebody directed me to stocks. And I just came across you by providence. And that was when we were on the WhatsApp and all that. And then we moved to the platform and all that. It's been extremely rewarding. I can tell you that I have been dealing with that volume trading ever since I joined you.
Wow.
And I can tell you that my child that graduated from Bowen that read medicine I used profit from this trading to fund his school.
Wow.
I have my evidence, I have everything. In a year, I've made 2.5 million.
Wow.
Total. Yes.
Wow.
I'm glad I'm sharing this and I'm saying it. My last son that is in Babcock, I have a standing of 900,000 to pay in January now. USCN is giving me profit of not less than 800,000 as I speak, so I have no problem.
Wow. Thank you.
So I can tell you that, look, meeting you has been wonderful. Honestly, it has met with all that I felt I needed, And let me now go to a few lessons that I've learned. A few years ago, I think you recommended consolidated insurance or whatever then.
Yeah.
I went into it, I bought it, but liquidity became the problem. I wanted to sell, I could not sell. I told myself I would never go to insurance again. So this year, when you are mentioning insurance, recommending insurance, I won't go. But you mentioned Sunu, you mentioned this, you mentioned that. Somebody say, look, are you not undoing yourself like this? Then I tried one. I said, let me go. And it was rewarding. So I want to say that because you have burned your finger in one before, don't think that will ever continue. We learn every day. Second thing which I've learned is this. You see, I won't miss your webinar for anything. I would rather cancel whatever appointment. Each time I listen to the webinar, it gives me the inspiration that even if I am down on a particular stock, that stock will come back. No matter, it will come back. I am so sure. It always gives the confidence that I can buy more even when the stock is down. The confidence that I receive when we listen to your webinar is another great thing. Please keep it up. God bless you.
Thank you so much,
let me also say that this year I learned a lot of things concerning patients in WAPCO. You recommended WAPCO, I think, early in the year.
Yeah.
And I went into it with volume, as usual. We waited and waited and waited. This thing will go this and will go down. And it will not just move. But as I said, no, I'm not going to sell this thing at any loss. I'm going to wait at the end of the year. He has told us that you can wait six months, you can wait 9 months. I said I'll wait till 1 full year. After 1 full year, even it's going to be a loss. But lo and behold, he's one of the biggest players this year. I took a lot of profit from Nigerian, another Nigerian flour mills, I think 2 years ago. So much so that I left the relics in my account. I left about 10 units and I keep on just looking at it. So these are some few things that I have learned. Please keep it up. You keep on saying one thing, that you are always conscious of the fact that people's hard-earned money are what they are putting into stocks. And as a result of that, you are so careful concerning the recommendations you are making to people. Those are enough confidence to follow the analysis which you are doing. And one is blessed having you around.
Thank you.
Next year, I intend to boost my volume trading. I won't do any other thing. The one that you recommended for investment, I think you recommended Access Bank then for investment. But you see, I was unable to take my eyes off when I realized that I've made over 100% on this. I was unable to take my eyes off it, honestly. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. God bless you, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, now banking stocks there. I received a lot of questions. Like, with all banking stocks were up 100%, 200%. Like, should I say? I said, why would you be watching the profit of 200% stay at you and you're waiting for 10% dividend? I don't understand. So, thank you so much, sir. That was mind blowing and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. God bless you. And I hope we're learning from this. Yes, like I always say it, whenever I research a stock, I don't research stock as if I'm the only one buying it. And that has helped me a lot to an extent. Someone asked me a question like, Why are you so confident on the stocks you pick? Sometimes are you not scared that people could lose their money in the stock? I said that is actually what has helped me to improve on my research, because there's a way you research a stock, and you research with with that consciousness that people are waiting for you. So when they wait for you, you don't research it in a haste. You don't research as if you're the only one buying. And you know very well that if they lose, if this stock goes down, you're not just losing money. People are going to lose their money. So because of that, that's why you see that recommendations don't come in every day. But then when they come in, sometimes it takes me 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, or even a week to research a stock. Sometimes I even have to start all over again after concluding the first research. I might have a stock to buy. I'll have to go over the stock, then confirm that it's a buy or whatever. And sometimes I even do comparative analysis. I might have 5 stocks and I'm looking for the best of them to pick. So that consciousness has helped me to be diligent, to be careful, because it's as if I'm the one managing this money, even though I don't collect money. But then with that mindset that people's money are waiting for me, and I do not want people to lose their money. At least I've been doing it for like 8 years now, and I'm glad we're here. I'm glad I'm hearing positive feedbacks. Thank you so much, and God bless. The Prince, kindly unmute your mic, please.
Good evening.
Good evening,
Good
sir.
evening.
Good evening, sir.
My brother, I'm happy to hear from you.
Thank you.
I've been one of your ardent followers. We belong. In fact, I started when we were even paying 1,500. Then we started with Olu and Co and all this.
Yeah.
Yes. So one important thing is that you are doing well.
Thank you.
That is it. You have been so dogged and you've continued to improve every day by day. And that is why you see that people like us have been following you. I've been long in the market. I lost money during that meltdown. So, but I continue to search for knowledge. And when I came in contact with you, in fact, that is what I needed. And you continue to say something that, and that has been a selling point. So I appreciate you for that.
Thank you.
Now, my lessons for the year. There's one thing you said, that when we are apportioning money, we shouldn't put much money in one stock. We should try to spread it. And that I didn't do. As a result of that, I didn't participate in UCAP. I sold my Wando out of fear. And I put so much money in Jais Bank, knowing that it will peak, but it didn't come as early as I expected. So that is one lesson I have learned. Because I know if all the money I put in Jais Bank, I was able to spread them, I would have been able to benefit from what happened in UCAP. But my experience was telling me that Jais, there's that tendency for Jais to move faster than UCAP, so which was wrong. So that's one very big lesson I learned. So next year rather, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to try my money. If I'm putting 1 naira in a stock, I try to put 1 naira in A stock, B stock, C stock, D stock, because you can never know anyone that will move faster.
Definitely.
You know. So I also was able to learn patience, like my other colleagues have been saying, patience. I exercise patience in WAPCO, and he paid for it. Because one thing I have also learned from you is building confidence. Once you know that the stock is fundamentally sound, no matter what happens, you don't fear, because you know it will definitely move. So that is what I have learned. And I must tell you that I'm really happy about it, you know. And I'm using this opportunity to thank our other brothers that have been active in that platform. There are some of us that are very silent. You know, all of us cannot be the same, but there are some who are very active. Once you ask questions, they respond. So I use this opportunity to thank them and encourage everybody to continue that way. We are like a family now, and also continue to encourage you to continue to do more. The truth of the matter is that, you know, as the community is growing, more burden will be upon you. You got to meet different kinds of people, you know. So God will continue to strengthen you. God will continue to help you to excel. Because the truth of the matter is that It is only a dead man. As far as we are living, we'll continue to improve in what we do.
Thank you so much, sir.
A little experience.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much, sir, for that. I remember when we started. And for your information too, I started this year, I think around March, April with a mobile app. If I tell you how much I lost on that mobile app, but it didn't discourage me because I know at the end of the day, it's really not about me, but then making sure that people are happy. I lost over I think between 5 to 7 million naira paying developers with the whole issues and all that, but then it didn't deter me. So I think that was why I found out that it's not about the app, but then probably having a support to help manage subscription so I can focus on research parts. Gracie, kindly unmute your mic, please.
Okay. Please confirm you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. I think I want to first use this opportunity to say thank you for all you're doing, and I pray God will continue to strengthen and bless you. I joined in 2023 last year through FinTribe, and I think the whole of last year, what I did basically was more of knowledge. I did less trading, so I wanted to first build my confidence in the market. And I'm thankful to God that 2024 I was able to do that. I think just to mention that I started with 20,000 per stock when I started, but I can't tell you where I am now per stock just to keep it confidential. Just to tell you how I've been able to build confidence over time. I usually take like 15%, 20% because when coach will say 15, 20%. So I just want to leave the market. Even thereafter, if coach comes by, if people are saying, oh, the stock has moved up by 40%, I just tell myself, you always have other stock to buy. It's better you made the money and you left. But this year I started doing more of volume trading when the G30. So I had like some amount and I divided into five. I said, okay, for this stock, for the G30 stock, I'm just going to pick five out of them and distribute those money equally, which I did, and I'm happy I did that as well. My biggest hello.
I can hear you. I'm with you.
Hello.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Continue.
Hello, coach. Can you hear me?
Hello. Yes. Yes, we can hear you. Can hear you.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you clearly. Can you hear me?
Okay. So I'll say my biggest win this year is okay. My biggest win this year is Ohandu and Wapco. I think Wapco. Yes, I can hear you. Okay. Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you clearly. I can hear you. I can hear you. So my biggest this year is Ohandu and Wapco, and I'm happy for the volume which I put into them. I've learned a lot this year, and I think one thing I also did was to always go back to the video posted on YouTube to go and watch them, to learn from them. So while still trading, I still ensure that I built that knowledge that is required. And I remember during one of the webinar when coach said that you need to start tracking your performance every month to know how your stock are doing. I think that thing is what I wasn't doing before, and I decided that okay, going forward from January, so I've already put together all the things I need to do this month already from January to say okay, every month I want to see what the performance has been, in what percentage am I really making, comparable to if you are put.
I think I lost you. Hello? Hello, can you hear me? I think we lost you again. Hello. I think the network from our end is not good. Okay, so who else? Since I'll have to start calling because there are names that I'm familiar with right here. I guess network is bad from our end. Yes, yes, the internet is bad. The internet is bad from our end. So please, who else? I'm still waiting. I'm not seeing any hand again. Please kindly raise your hand, please, 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 please. Mr. Abdul, I can remember your name. Please, can you unmute your mic, please? All right. Stolarin Waju, unmute your mic, please. Hello? Stolarin Waju. Not sure. Okay, so Oluwaseyi. Oluwaseyi, please unmute your mic, please.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, clearly. I can hear you.
Okay, good evening, good
Good
evening,
evening.
good evening. Mr. Dukwe, I must salute you. You are not the typical you are not a typical Nigerian, and I'm not flattering you. I'm not one to I don't easily pay people compliments. If it's not sincere, I don't just talk because I feel like talking. You are not a typical Nigerian. I'm serious. Like, it's not just about the money. Like, oh, pay my subscription and everything. You're this person that I've seen, like, when people are posting different things on the chat room, you're like, please, I do not want you to confuse people. I do not want people to lose their hard-earned money. When people are even guessing stocks, you are already very upset with them and saying that they should not lead people astray and all of that and all of that. So that for me is like, I'm like, oh, it's not even just about you making like your own part of the money. You're also concerned about other people's hard-earned money. You don't want other people to lose money, and you also do your due diligence. Like, I only joined in June. And honestly speaking, I've made money on all the stocks that I bought. Of course, you cannot buy all the stocks that is being called, definitely, but all the ones I've chosen, or all the ones I have decided to buy, I have made money on all of them. The only one I didn't make money on was Royal Exchange, and my loss was really minimal, very minimal. So it's very negligible and all that. So I really like what you're doing, and I want to please encourage you that we are solidly behind your back in 2025. Know that you are changing and touching lives. So we encourage you to do more than what you're already doing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sincerely from my heart. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Even the real estate is even picking up. That's one thing about some of my stock picks. All right. Thank you. Who else again? I see 658-789. I don't know who the person is. Kindly unmute your mic. It's 658-709. There's no name.
Hello, good evening, Coach.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, yeah. My name is Solani Kweku. I don't know why the team is showing my name. First and foremost, I thank God for everything.
Thank you.
I come across you. Though I've been with you for a while, if I'm not mistaken, almost like 2 years.
Wow.
And I've been with you. And let me say that in terms of investment, I'm not a newbie in it, but coming across you, it changed my perspective in terms of trading. Because initially, I'm only fully in investment. I don't even know that one can be doing trading, because my belief is that if you want to do trading in Nigerian stock, you have billions of naira before you can do trading. But coming across you, I realized that you don't need to have a million before you can do trading. And I can say that my winning is more than my loss so far. All the while that I've been with you. Just like what you normally say. Formally, I don't normally take profit the way you used to say, because I have just a mentality of investment. But by the time you started hammering on take profit, and I key into it, I can see a very huge value in my portfolio. I thank you very much. And God will continue with you.
Amen.
And God will continue to strengthen you for us.
Amen.
Just like what I just said now, you are not behaving like a Nigerian man at all. Like a Nigerian man.
Thank you so much. God bless you, sir. Thank you. Mr. Yomi, is Yomi Anibaba? Can you unmute your mic, please?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
First of all, I want to thank Coach Oge so much. I've been following you on YouTube before subscription for about 6 months. But I finally subscribed, I think the ending of November, beginning of December time, when I saw the opportunity when you were offering a discount. So I gathered all I could and quickly joined. Since then, I looked at your recommendation, all the recommendations and people giving testimony in the last webinar for December, and I was actually saw how much I've lost just from not joining this community earlier. But the recommendations you made, name insurance, analyzing, CWG, I've actually jumped into them and I'm seeing good results from NIM. I took about 20%. I don't want to be greedy. I want to constantly make profit. So hoping that I'll make the best from this group. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Now, I want to say this thing. I want to say something to new members. And it's very important. This is something that most my old members are already used to. I tell them that profits and cash are not the same. Cash and profits are not the same. Let's look at it from the perspective of a business owner. You don't pay your bills with profits, you pay with cash. That is why when you're analyzing a company financial statement for investing, you don't just look at the profit the company is generating, you look at the cash flow, which is very important. In stock markets, on your portfolio, profit and cash are also not the same, because your cash is represented by your wallet balance, while the profit is actually when you look at your portfolio. Now, your portfolio and your wallet should be talking to each other. It should be a mutual benefit. There should be a mutual benefit between your portfolio and your wallet. A lot of times, people will tell me, anytime you recommend a stock, I always look for new money. I always want to deposit and then buy. I said, if you are still in that state where you would have to fund your account to buy new recommendations, then there's a problem somewhere. Because the way you should, except you want to willingly fund your account because you feel that, oh, I have excess cash, or I have a savings that I want to probably add to my existing investment account, that's fine. But if you have to fund your stock account every time I recommend a stock, there is a problem. Your portfolio should be providing cash, should be feeding your wallet. The same way your wallet is feeding your portfolio. You can't buy a stock if you don't have cash in your wallet. Many of us will just leave our wallet at zero balance. And then you have all the portfolio, then your wallet is broke. But your portfolio is full of cash. You have a lot of profit there. Why don't you take some profit? That's why I always talk about profit taking. You see this word, compound interest. Compound interest is the most powerful wealth multiplier that many of us have not looked into. The day I discovered this, I don't joke. Right from when I started in the WhatsApp community, you see me mention 15, 20%. Some of us might say, is it not small? But if you compound 20% 4 times, assuming you are hitting 20% averagely in a quarter, if you can compound this 20% every quarter, 1.2 times 1.2 times 1.2 times 1.2, in a year, you're going to make 100% in a year. 100% just by compounding 20%. And you know the funniest thing, you can actually hit 20% on a stock easily than 100%. So some of us will wait for a stock to hit 100% before we sell off, which is not sustainable, which is not repeatable. You can't repeat it. But 20% is small. But if you do it 4 times by compounding, I mean, you buy a stock, you make profit, you withdraw, you invest both the profit and capital in another stock, another 20%. You see some stocks can do 20% in a week. Just 10% 2 days, 20%, 5% 4 days, 20%, 5% in 3. So it's 20% is, so why not leverage on that smaller return you can compound? So for beginners, please learn this part. 20% profit is very key. I take 20% profit no matter what. See, even if you see me analyze the stock and I tell you, oh, the fair value is this, and that means the stock has 56% upside, 20% upside. You see that first 20%, I don't joke with it. I don't joke with it. Even if the stock is going to do 200%, 500%, that first 15, 20%, I don't joke with it. Why? Because I want my cash balance. I want my wallet balance to have something. I don't want my wallet balance to just go down to 0 like that. So that when there's a new opportunity, money is already in my cash balance, my wallet, waiting to take advantage of it. That's how people meet opportunity. Because I don't know, this week, a new stock might pop up today, this week, I don't know. The market is very dynamic. That's why I would say, don't kill yourself. Don't see, there's a difference between trading and investing. And one of the simplest analogy I've shared so far is trading is like dating, investing is like marriage. This is the easiest way to explain investing and trading for new beginners, for new members. Let me tell you how. When you want to marry someone, and this is something everybody can relate to it, and it will help you understand the difference between investing and trading and why you should have separate accounts. If you want to marry someone, the type of research you will carry out because you want to settle with this person for the rest of your life is not the same as dating. In dating, you look at the person like, okay, this person is okay, blah, blah, blah. You don't need to start going to the person's village. You don't need to start knowing the person's parents. Everything is just on the surface level for trading because tomorrow it could work out or it may not work out. But in investing, you're marrying this person. You're saying, I want to stay with this stock for a long time. The type of research you carry out to hold that stock is going to be deeper. So when you buy a stock for trading, there's no need, there's no point behaving as an investor because you bought that stock for trading. So when you buy a stock for trading and the stock is already up by 20%, take that first batch of profit. And lucky enough for us, we have a model that we have shared in the community on how to start taking your capital out of the market. So it is important. So when you feed your wallet balance will be able to feed your portfolio in the future when there's a new opportunity. And when your portfolio is making more money, you also be able to withdraw. So imagine withdrawing 20% on 5 stocks. 20% today, this week, 20% next week, 20% in the next 2 weeks. By the time you do that, you have enough money to take on the next opportunity in the market. And by doing that, you see your portfolio will be growing. It will be a surprise. You just watch your portfolio in 3 months, it has moved. In next 4 months, it has moved. 5 months, 6 months, 10 months, it has moved. Why? Because you're taking gradual profit. That's how I grow my portfolio. So that's very important. So I'm glad you mentioned that you took profit on NEM. And I did that too. I even mentioned it in the community. So thank you so much for that. Abimbola, kindly unmute your mic, please. I think this interaction is interesting and I'm learning a lot from this conversation.
All right. Good evening, Coach. Good evening, everybody.
Thank you. Good
I'm
evening.
so glad to be here tonight. Johnny Globefolio is one of the best financial decisions I've ever made. Now, I'll be quick about my experience. Okay. I joined through Financial Jennifer, and honestly, I made money, but I did not make as much as I ought to, considering the kind of fund I had. And I'll highlight the challenges I had. Why the mistakes I made. Initially, when I joined, I didn't know what to expect. So I just joined and I was just there. Eventually, and also I was living in fear of the failed investment I had before. So I was being so careful with everything. Until later, I started reading comments about people making money and all of that. So I decided to try it out. Another mistake I made is I didn't learn before trying out the trading stuff. I did not learn. I did not join any webinar. So I was just green, foolishly green. And then I keyed into it at a point when you recommended, I think it was First Bank, I decided to try it. And I tried it. I saw the stock grew. I sold and I made money. And I was like, okay, maybe this is it eventually. But then I knew that I still need to learn a lot of things. And the rate at which things were going, maybe I'm a slow learner, maybe I didn't have that kind of time. But I knew that there's something in this thing for me. So I looked at people's participation on the platform, and I reached out to one particular person, the Mr. Mike, and I introduced myself and I shared my story with him. And he was so kind enough to explain things to me. And he said anytime I needed information or anything to learn. So I was learning under him and I started trading. I traded, yes, but still, like I said, the fear of losing my money again was in me. So I didn't give out my best. But now I can boldly say that I have confidence in the market. I have confidence in the coach. I intend next year to do better in terms of volume trading. I think that is where the trick is. I could have engaged in volume trading this year and make much more money. But like I said, fear was holding me back. But I know quite a lot now. It's all going to be like that next year. I'm confident. Do you know that even if I didn't make so much money, I was able to convince two of my staff to get involved in stock trading.
Wow.
Two of them downloaded the Bamboo app. One of them has been very active. She bought Oando and sold Oando when it made money. Wow. So the other person had challenge with a bank verification or whatever. So she could not start trading. But like I said, Globefolio is one of the best decisions I made for myself financially this year. I'm grateful that I came on board. I'm grateful for the kind of person coach is. I had a lot of people who discouraged me. Like my husband was like, you have started again. Don't come back to tell me you lost money. So I had to hold back from him. I didn't tell him a lot of things until I started making money. So when I make money, I always make sure that I tell him, I look at my portfolio, and when a stock has appreciated, I'll make sure I say it into, I've made so much money. So it's the one encouraging me now. And I look forward to a better outing next year. I don't miss webinars again. I now understand, even if it is little, the little that can build my confidence in this market, I've come to understand it. And I hope to do better. Thank you so much to you, Coach. Thank God for Jennifer. And I also want to thank Mr. Mike. I don't know whether he's in this webinar, but I'm so grateful to you three for how far you have brought me. Thank you, and God bless you, sir.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Damilola, kindly unmute your mic, please.
Good evening to everyone.
Good
And
evening.
compliments of the season.
Thank you.
Yeah. Coach, thanks so much. I always say, God bless the day I jammed your video on YouTube. It was actually life changing for me. I've actually, one way or the other, I jammed Free Invest, and I think I don't even understand what I was doing, trading or investing, I don't know. I was just on the platform for like, I think 2 years. I think I joined 2022 or something thereabout. And I didn't even know when to take profit. Sometimes I just take profit at no particular percentage. I just say, okay, maybe I've made money. Like I didn't actually really understand what I was doing until I just jammed that video on YouTube. I'm like, okay, let me try this. And sincerely, I joined Glowfolio in July this year. And since then, it's been a wonderful journey. Like, I think like a month after, I was really so happy. Like, are you serious? This can be happening. So I think when you say follow who knows roads, like, it's a very important thing because sometimes it's a different thing when you even have the funds, and it's also actually so different to when you even know what to do with it or how to go about it. So, just like every other person I've said, I'm so grateful that I was able to come in contact with you. You've been wonderful. And the group, too, I must commend the active members of the group. Some of us don't actually talk in the group, not because we don't want to talk, but we are learning so much. Because sometimes, even when you have questions, by the time you go on the group, before you know it, you have already seen answers to your questions without even you asking. It's been a wonderful journey, and we appreciate all the work you have been doing because we know it's
Thank
not
you.
easy, but you've been trying to give us your best, and seriously, the best is enough. Between July to December, sincerely, I've made a lot of money from investing since I joined you, much more than I've made in the last 2 years. That I've just I don't know what I was actually doing. I was at least now I'm able to understand the difference between trading and investment and things like that. All those knowledge thanks to you. I hope to still learn more, and that's why I actually join. I'm open, but after the ETC course in February, uh, so many things that
Yeah,
people were saying, I'll be able to understand it more.
your
So
confidence level will blow up.
yes, I'll be able to boost my confidence level because
Uh,
sincerely now, even now, I know I'm actually much more better than when
mm,
I joined. I'll be able to understand some things now. But I think by the end of that course, I'll be able to like, yes, boost my confidence level. Then, and one other thing I want to say, like, there was a day in the chat you mentioned something about treasury bills, that when we are done terminating our treasury bills, we should be ready. I just smiled in my mind, like, if you know. Like, when you see profits and like, okay, so this can be wonderful. Like, okay, this person know what he's doing. Let's give it a ride. So 2025, I'm hoping to do just like everybody. Everybody likes money now. We are hoping for more volume trading. And sincerely, thank you for everything you have been doing. God bless you and the family.
thank
Thanks
you
to
so
everyone.
much. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. It's been mind blowing. Thank you. Now, like I said before, a lot is going to happen in 2025. And that is going to bring a lot of opportunities in the market. That's why I said, and if you look at it, timing, the moment I said, once your TB expires this month, move it to stock markets, you just notice that the market started picking up immediately. Market started picking up immediately. And I'm glad we were already in the market and there are a lot of us. So please, but don't forget to take profit. It's very important. Don't forget to take profit. Especially that first batch of profit, 15, 20%, 20%, 25%. Take some profit on some stocks, build your cash. So this is the best time to add to your wallet balance. So that when I recommend more stocks, and there are stocks I'm watching, there are stocks I am watching critically. Now, one of them, let me mention one of them. It's not a buy yet. It's not a buy yet. So sometimes when I mention them, a lot of people will start buying them, thinking that, oh, very soon it will pick up. I'm not saying the stock will pick up, but I like to get confirmation, final confirmation before I recommend them. That stock is Dangote Cement. If you watch very well, if you watch very well, Dangote Cement has suffered. In short, the worst performing stock this year is industrial index. Worst performing sector, I mean, is industrial index. And one of the major mover of that sector is Dangote Cement. Dangote Cement did extremely well between January. Yes, I think January alone, the stock did over 100%. And from February to date, that stock has been down. You know what is happening? A lot of people that bought that stock at 500, 600 to 700, out of fear, they have sold. Now, that stock is already selling at a level where I think it might start recovering, but I've not seen any sign of recovery yet. But a lot is playing out. A lot is playing out. Now, I'm sharing this because I want you to start following the company, and then you see certain updates around Dangote Cement. Now, very soon you see Dangote Cement might be issuing bond. I know bond is more of a long term. So what they are trying to do is they're trying to they're trying to issue long-term bonds to pay or settle short-term obligations. One of the biggest problem I've noticed on all Dangote stocks is interest rates, finance costs. Dangote stocks are carrying huge debt, and that's dragging most of their stocks down. So if they are able to raise that bond, whatever funds that come in or proceed will be used to pay up all short-term debts. And that is going to give them a lot of flexibility. So rather than carrying short-term obligation, commercial paper expires in 270 days. So even if you decide to raise some funds today to pay off short-term in just less than a year, the same liability is still going to be staring at you. So that bond would help them to push most of their debts into long-term. So that's what I'm watching. Now, another thing again is if you look at Dangote Cement results so far, despite the fact that the share price has suffered, revenue has been steady, consistent. So when a stock is suffering massive sell-off and sales is still going up, margin is still strong. It's just a temporary thing, like finance costs that is causing the whole issues and all that. By the time they fix that part, so that's why I said I'm watching. But if the stock is yet to move, so don't jump in yet to say, oh, you just mentioned Dangote Cement and don't buy yet. If you watch very well, I like to get confirmation that buyers are about to step in. See, when we trade the market, I don't trade the market as a retail trader. I trade the market with the mind of an institution. So what I'm looking for now is I am tracking what institutional volume, the big money manager. I am following the big money managers. That's why it's as if when I buy a stock, it moves. Because I am following the people that move. See, whatever amount you are going to the market with, it won't move any stock. So the only time your money will make sense is when you go in before the big boy steps in. When you go in when the big boys are coming in, because they are the ones that will move your stock higher. Your money, if you put 10 million in a stock, you may not probably, especially if it's one of those big volume stocks, you won't do anything. But when the big boys are stepping in, it is their money that moves the stock. So those are the things I'm waiting. So I'm waiting for that sign on the stock. Once everything is set. Now for MTN, a lot of us have been mopping up MTN because of the news. Don't rush. If you watch me, if you follow me very well, you will know. I'm saying it again. I don't trade news. I don't trade news. Before I say a stock is a buy, it must pass through. See that 3 checklists that are ETF. If it doesn't pass through that ETF model, I'm not recommending. The stock can go up tomorrow to 100%. Fine. We call it discipline. I trade like a sniper. And if you try to study a sniper who is on a mission, he doesn't shoot at anything. He has one target. Even when there's a crowd, he's only focused on one target. He's not focused on hitting. So you don't go to the market and be jumping from one stock to another. Trading based on news is not a strategy. It's highly rewarding. Yes, I do that sometimes, but I cannot come to the community to say, go and buy this stock because they just announced. No. And let me tell you the truth again, before a news can make it to the mainstream media, some people have already bought the stock. Insiders. This is Nigeria. So that's why I don't trade based on news. There are two stocks that have suffered based on news. NASCON has suffered based on news. I'm trying to recall another stock again. There are many of them. News trading is not profitable in the Nigerian stock market. So I'm watching that stock. Once it's said, these are the stocks I'm watching. That's why I say 2025 is going to be busy. 2025 is going to be busy. And I'm hopeful that we'll also find more G30 stocks to trade for some of us that are looking to volume stock. If MTN passes through my checklist, I know the price that MTN will get to. And before MTN can get to that price, something might have happened. Number one, there's economic event playing around MTN. Yes, tariff hike, some might want to jump in now, fine. If I buy a stock today at, let's say, 200 naira and you enter at 194, there's no difference. So we are all in the market to make money. I've been saying it before. I am not in the stock market to be right. I'm in the market to make money. If MTN passes my economic checklist, the next thing I'm watching out for, has MTN fundamentals, financials improved? Because this whole thing might happen, tariff hike, you jump into buy MTN, and by the time the next result comes out, it will fail. And then the final one, the price is selling, is it a bargain price? So if all these things are not in order, I'm not issuing any buy recommendation on any stock. And there's also another one that I'm watching. I love a lot of stocks. NASCON is also another stock I'm watching. NASCON has suffered. And if you look at it critically, you will notice that we always buy stocks that have been beaten down, stocks that ordinarily people are running away from out of fear, not knowing that the price they are selling, that's even the bargain price. NASCON has suffered critically, financials badly beaten, but I'm sure the management is doing something. So if tomorrow there's a turnaround, before you know it, because economically, if you look at it, NASCON should be doing well. Price of food, is already high. So why is NASCON pleading? So you don't try to kill yourself staying on a stock, except it's an investment. Then that one, just leave it there. We've bought BUA. I'm not selling BUA in the next 3, 4, 5, 6 years because I know if you bet on food, you can never miss it. At least 5 years. The analysis I carried out on my YouTube channel on how to find the next 1000% stocks. You can see statistically driven. So if I'm buying BUA, I'm going to hold BUA for at least 5 years. That's the bet. Tell me what the price of food will be in the next 5 years. Definitely it will hit on the financials, and then you see the effects. So I'm going to carry out such kind of research. Look at the Okomu oil. Another good stocks doing well. Okomu oil generating over 10 billion naira. One from export sale, another one from FX earning. So imagine what FX would be. Already there was a headline on Business Day how that analysts are projecting 1,800 in 2025 average exchange rate. So if exchange rate hits 1,800, imagine a company like Okomu oil exporting palm oil, oil palm. So what will happen to export sales and FX gain? So there's a lot that's going to happen. So this market, just be patient. Don't jump into any stock thinking, oh, I want to get in early. In trying to get in early, you might catch a falling knife. So please be very careful. Any stock I recommend right now, they are not buy decision. I'm just trying to share, give you an insight as to what I'm doing at back end, just to prepare us for 2025. All right. So Abiola, please unmute your mic. This is 8:44. I think I have you to take before we call it today. Abiola, please unmute your mic, please. Okay. Okay.
I'm here now.
All right. All right.
I really wanted to listen, but as you've called my name, I cannot say no to you. So let me open my profile. So first of all, I want to thank you for, joining your community. I think I'll be 2 years in August. I think it's the best decision that I've ever made in my life. And at the time when I joined you, I think I was at crossroads because I was just looking for a smart way to make money. And, since I joined the community, I've been happier. Even my friends, they're like, guy, they complain like before again. I don't complain anymore because everything I see now is opportunity, and it's thanks to your platform. I'll say when I look at my portfolio, I take most of the feedback you give. So one thing I've done this year is I created a journal for my Nigeria trading. And when I look at my journal, I have 19 trades that I did in 2024. And I can actually see that 11 were wins. The remaining 8 are still open trades. You understand? So I have a journal, and on this journal, this is my trading portfolio. The overall gain is 61% on my capital.
Wow.
Then I also have the investment portfolio where, it's the G stocks, Okomo and Presco. Both in that place is around, both of them, Okomo is like 40, Presco is like, I can't remember the number, but, I have the metrics. Now, what is something that I want to improve next year? Everybody has been saying volume, volume, volume. Me, I'm going to answer in a different way. I have a capital that is my trading capital, and every trade I take, I risk 2.5% of my account capital. That is the risk, not the amount I'm investing, the risk. 2025, I want to increase that risk by maybe 2%. That is how I want to scale up. Because I've heard people saying volume, volume, volume. What does volume mean? You understand? I want to increase my risk appetite because I now have more confidence in your peaks and your process. So thank you, Coach.
Thank you so much.
I always try to reach out to you, but I know you're very busy, but thank you. I'm very grateful for the training and the exposure.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Risk, very important. Trading journal is key. There are things you would not know. See, no matter how you follow the conversation in the group, no matter how you join the webinar, how consistent you are there are things you may not discover if you don't keep a trading journal. So I think that's one thing we should learn. Jot or note your trade histories, whether it's in profit or a loss. You will learn something. Now, tomorrow is 30th. For someone that has journal or journalizing all these are trade from January to December, you have something to look at. Oh, I won this number of trade. I lost number of trade. Why did I win? Look at all the winning stocks. I bet you, if you pay attention, you will find something. You will find common reasons, common catalysts behind all the stocks that did well. It's either they had good fundamentals. They may not be in the same industry. But if you look at it critically, maybe you bought all of them at the bottom of the market. Maybe they had good fundamentals. Maybe they were driven by this economic event. You always find something. And I always say it's setting your New Year goal is not a difficult thing. Just look at what worked for you in 2024. Look at what worked for you in 2024. What didn't work for you in 2024? Jettison the one that didn't work. Focus on the one that works in 2024 and take it as a New Year plan in 2025. Just as I posted on my WhatsApp group 2 days ago. I said that thing that gave you more money, that thing that protected your mental health, that helped to improve your health in 2024, just take it as a New Year goal in 2025. There's no need trying to invent any new thing. New Year resolution. When it comes to your finance, what actually made you more money this year? Build on it, focus on it as your New Year goal. I'm telling you, you will see the difference. So journalizing your trade is very important. For me, I have reviewed all the stocks from January to December, and it's simple. So how did I call out my ETF model? The same thing. My ETF model didn't fall from the sky, or it's not. You won't find it on any Nigerian textbook. Even go and check foreign textbook, you won't see it. My ETF model was a result of trading journal. When I looked at my winning and losses in 3, 4, 5, 6 years, I was able to connect the reason why the stocks that won, why they went up. And I found out these 3 key things. So that's why it's easier. No magic. So when you journalize your trade, it will build confidence more. So that's very important. And I think I learned that, and we need to also put that to work. Who again? Olanik Pekun. I think I wanted to call who again? Who again? Who again? Who again? Okay, okay, okay. I think I've called I don't know. Okay, let me read the comment section. Okay, I subscribe to the WhatsApp group. Please kindly chat the. So let me share this, please. I want to share this. There's an instruction here. Look at this. When you subscribe to the, this is it here. If you have paid to join this group, look at this WhatsApp number. Kindly chat this WhatsApp number, please. Chat this WhatsApp number. You can take a screenshot. Chat this WhatsApp number, please. You will receive your response. Thank you. For someone that is here to join the community, please do that. Thank you. I'm looking at the comment section. Okay, please can someone recommend a good stockbroking apps for those in diaspora? Please, if you are in diaspora and you're trading Nigerian stocks, please recommend the app you use right in the comment section just to help some of us that are having that are asking that question. Please, if you're in Nigerian diaspora, whether in the UK, US, brokers that's best for you, please let us know, please. I don't want to recommend Mary Stem now and then because I'm in Nigeria here. So I want someone who is in diaspora trading Nigerian stock to tell us the broker that's working for them. And then you that have asked the question, please read the chat section. The way everybody is planning to attack 2025. Thank you. Okay, please, I've raised my hand for contribution. All right, thank you so much. Okay, sorry, coach. Joined from an event. All right, it's fine. I don't know. Grace was saying something before we lost her, so I don't know. I've made so much money. I've made much money from Nigerian stock markets. It was the best experience. Thank you so much. And there's Mr. Samuel. I don't know if you are part of us because I'm supposed to call you by default. I don't know if he's part of us here. I think he missed this meeting. He's not here. Okay, tap on resets. All right, thank you so much. It's already this is 8:53. It's almost 2 hours. So I want to say a very big thank you to everyone. Your feedback. I learned something and it will help me improve on how to serve this community better. So I want to say a big thank you for your feedbacks. At least I'm glad that I'm able to add value. I'm glad that people are actually getting value for their money. And I always say this and I want to say it again. It is actually abnormal for you to pay or renew your subscription from your pockets. Your subscription should be able to come from, you should be able to renew your subscription from your profits. It's a win-win. If I recommend stocks and you make money with the stock, renewing subscription becomes easier. I don't think it's fair for me to tell you pay your subscription from your personal pockets. No. So that's why I want everybody to take my stock pick very serious. Very, very serious. There are certain stocks, and if you look at it, we have reviewed our profit target from 20% to 50%. 20% to 50%. But please don't ignore that first 20% profit is very important. When your stock is up by 20%, please take some profits. When I say take some profits, sell some units just to lock in a part of your capital and then let the other one run. It's very, very important. Now, I would also be adding this part to our recommendation. When I recommend a stock, rather than just saying buy within this range, take profits, I notice that a lot of people are confused. I will be mentioning the sell region you should watch out for. For example, if a stock is a buy at 8.4, I could say, okay, your sell region should be between 11 naira to 12 naira. So that way, And then from 11 naira to 12 naira, there. So I'll most likely be factoring the key level right now into recommendation, so that when the stock hits that level, you can easily tell whether it's time for you to take profit or not. So people will not be asking, oh, is it time for me to take profit or not? I hope that is fine, so that when we read my recommendation, it will be easier for us to know when to take profits. How do you take profits? What is the formula? When I open the group, you can ask that question, and then we'll share the formula with you. But what I said is I would be mentioning region in the markets, regions on charts where you should be taking profits, and not just say 15-20%, because a lot of times, even when I say 15-20%, some people don't know the region to take profit. So I'll mention the figure. So if I say buy this stock at 20 naira, once you get to 23, 24, take your first profit and then going forward. So I would lay emphasis on that first batch of profit, which is 20%. Then the rest, you can then watch it as we move. So that way we would have specific region where we should be looking to book that first profit. That first profit is very, very important. While you are getting those cash, while you are funding your portfolio, your stock purchase from your cash wallet or your wallet balance, please make sure your wallet balance doesn't go broke. So that's why I will emphasize that next year. Thank you so much, and God bless you. I really appreciate this section. It's been interactive, and it's going to be an annual event. So see you in January when we'll be having our first New Year webinar. Happy New Year in advance, and God bless you. Do have beautiful nights. Bye.